Hey everyone, this is Sam from PrismScroll here with the daily progress update. So patch notes for yesterday, which means we can move forward and on into the next thing. So on the agenda for the next mini patch is custom special effects for charges and armor class. So we started on that today. A lot of coding work, so not a lot of things that are fun to look at, but I do have a couple things to show. So we finally moved into having kind of what it's going to look like in the digital sheet. It's not all wired up yet, and it's kind of obviously, fighter class doesn't have charges, so right now it's just visually there. So basically, there's two versions of this. Either it's going to show the dots if the dots fit on one line, or it's going to show like a fraction. So for example, lay on hands for paladins have 5 times their class level, so that's not going to fit on one line eventually, so it will show a fraction, so it will say like 5 of 25 or something like that. So that's how that's going to look. So I also got to armor class. So basically there is going to be a reset button here. I can kind of show it with I was working with barbarians and monks, which have movement special effects and armor class special effects. Let's see, this one doesn't have it, but so you'll see here there's going to be another button. There on the left there's a star. So basically if you have any speed special effects that don't apply, or you want to see all the speed special effects that apply to your movement, you can press that and it will basically say you see that it's got fast movement related to it. So this is just kind of the workings of it. So basically you'll have that star, you'll see that star that's next to the speed. It's saying that there are extra influencing factors that may or may not be present in the number. So for example, maybe you had flight, which is not visible, and 25 walking speed, but if you pressed it you would be able to see it, and then you would be able to press the star to see the full readout. And then as far as armor class goes, you'll see that unarmored defense is working, and it's going to be reset with the reset button. It's going to kind of work the same way as speed. There's going to be another button at the bottom that's a star, and then it would also suggest here that there's a star. That means there's a special effect affecting it or can affect it, and it will have a display saying that something is influencing your armor class, or it will show all the features that are influencing your armor class as well. So that's there. So we're making progress on that. So kind of just take you into the creation of armor class and charges. So there's one thing that is kind of unique about armor class, and it's a little bit difficult, is that there's something, D&D is this crazy complicated game where you can make it as complicated as you want. So there's some things that the app is not going to be able to track. So for example, a really good example in my opinion is dark velocity, which I think is a blood hunter feature. So basically it gives you plus 10 speed while you are in dim light. So it wouldn't make sense for me to add 10 plus to your speed at all times, because obviously the app can't track if you in your game specifically is in dimly lit light. So that's kind of what that star is for. So basically it's going to say there are other features that are not displayed in the number that may influence your particular circumstance. So basically it's just going to be kind of a quick reference to all the features that are related to that thing. So basically when you're in speed and you're in the moment and you're like, what can I do, it's going to be a kind of like a what can I do sort of thing. So basically if you need that extra 5 feet, you can check your special effects to see if there's something that can help you at that particular time. So that's how that's going to work. So that's kind of how special circumstances, there's going to be a toggle. So basically it will be either yes or no, and then you can kind of see what I'm going to have as a readout. I know no one reads, but I can kind of just go over it here. So basically, if it's set to yes, it's not going to automatically calculate. So for example, like I said, dark velocity gives you +10 in dim light. I'm not going to, it's going to be set yes in here, which means that it's not going to automatically be calculated in your reset speed value because it's this special circumstance that's not tracked by the app at the moment. So this is kind of going to be a safe safety net for me for the moment until we get everything that is possibly tracked in the app, so that we don't have any weirdly super powerful buffs, like you get all these speed bonuses even though you're not qualifying for them and stuff like that. So it's going to be a learning curve, and I know it's kind of confusing. It is confusing because it's a very hard programming problem to try to define all this customization and flexibility, and it's a challenge, and we'll see where it goes from there. But that is kind of what we worked on yesterday or today. Moving forward, it's going to be more UI work in the actual sheet itself. So basically, moving a little bit closer in the charges and making it apply to features that are currently in the app and things like that, which is going to require a little bit of effort. So with that, I think tomorrow's video is going to be an Avery tutorial. And then there'll be maybe 2 videos tomorrow. There'll be a tutorial video because there's some people that were kind of playing with that today and we learned a couple things. So we'll play around with that and maybe make a general video on how to start with that. And then there'll be a progress video as usual. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and later.